Thank you for joining us, and you're watching Bulozi TV, the pride of Barotse. We're broadcasting to you live in Mongu, Western Province. This is the news bulletin. Let's take a look at the stories that are making headlines. Commuters welcome the silting of MUSIYAMO Canal. NALWEI residents appeal for clean drinking water. TIZ calls for immediate reopening of courts amid countrywide closure. In sports news, 4 arrested over killing of South Africa world boxing champion Zolani Tete. With the news in details, my name is Mary Malisana. Commuters using the MUSIYAMO Canal in Mongu District, Western Province, have welcomed the desilting of the waterway, particularly at the NAHA turn-off point. The commuters say the shallow waters had made it difficult for boats to navigate the canal, affecting the movement of people and goods across the Barotse Plains. The Inland Waterways Department, in conjunction with Mongu Municipal Council, says improving the safety and efficiency of water transport remains a priority to make traveling easier for commuters. We have the details in this report. The MUSIYAMO Canal is an important waterway that connects communities to different places within the Barotse floodplain. The canal falls in and out of the Zambezi River depending on the water levels, making it an important route for communities that depend on water transport. Commuters using the canal previously faced challenges at the NAHA turn-off point, where the water was too shallow for boats to pass through easily. The situation forced commuters and boat operators to spend more money on offloading and reloading goods whenever boats could not navigate through the shallow section. The point has since been deepened, allowing boats to pass through with ease.
Apalanga kufita jolefa bamuso o ipendi abalo kuzikuto luyepela chwane sali kabunako abaitumela lofisa bitumela okutuna hulu kakole ninako yali business yalona neili elanga hulu nafa funa funa uli elanga hulu tekubata kutani mifilifili kakole house na mali akulifa mukolo hawo aufiti cheka chikule ufita very freely
you don't baitumela kituso yetu na hulu kambe kwa mobile zanga chwane Nilukai kutwa kulukulwa nuna wafa MEZI Novaluli vezi Yefa nuka yalu na wabona ku Yatu siwa nzila yao na rufisa likaze ngata ma cement likama za muso Inzila yetu na yeswana inge mkwa kwao na mseliku matilaki Nuna mfuta wa matilaki Yolai tumela wazuele pilio na chwana Basiki wakatala
Waga nifisa kutumela Kwa jani vila ya hafata wa kulikuwa kuluna LIABWA na kuluna kwa nyanda
The local authorities say making water transport easier and safer for commuters is part of their mandate, hence the intervention at the canal.
So as government, we've come in so that we can help the locals who are using this canal. Because as when we do like this, people will just be passing freely.
So we have brought in a dredger to dredge so that at least it deepens the canal so that boats are able to move freely without getting stuck, and the community really needs to be helped because that's the only mode of transport that they use. So we are here and we ensure that the canal is deepened at this section so that boats can move through into Mongu town and in the Barotse Plains so that the movements of the locals is not hampered or disturbed.
They are, however, calling for the continued maintenance of the canal to ensure that the water remains accessible and safe for communities that depend on it. Reporting for Bulozi TV, Mary Malisana, Mongu, Western Province. Residents in NALWEI ward of Nalikwanda constituency in Western Province have appealed to the government for access to clean and safe drinking water. They disclosed to Bulozi TV that access to clean and safe water is a challenge in the area, especially during the hot season where the main source of water are streams and shallow wells that dry up, The residents added that they cannot be sharing the same drinking water from the shallow wells with animals, which poses serious health risks to them, calling on the government and the relevant authorities to address the crisis.
Access to clean and safe drinking water is vital for health, livelihood. But in Nalikwanda constituency, residents of NALWEI say they have no access to safe water. This has forced them to fetch water for drinking, cooking and household use from streams and shallow wells.
Especially
MEZI izkwano kimasola ezakuli manzi bwana manzi bwana kazazi akaile MEZI batu petu akuna so kuna challenge yona niona kwano kwa NALWEI.
The situation poses serious health risks. Residents say they are sometimes forced to share the same water sources with animals, putting their lives at risk. The community is now appealing to relevant authorities to intervene. They are hoping for reliable water supply that will improve their health and living conditions. Reporting for Bulozi TV News, Makande Mwa, Mongo, Western Province.
Transparency International Zambia has called for the immediate reopening of the courts, following the judiciary's decision to suspend operations on security grounds during a critical post-election period. TIZ Executive Director Maurice Nyambe says the closure could undermine access to justice, particularly for an aggrieved presidential candidate intending to challenge the election results within the constitutional timeframe. Courts across the country have been closed, including the Mongo High Court in Western Province. The development follows a directive by the judiciary for members of staff not to report for work today, 24th August 2026, as per precautionary measure amid unspecified security concerns. Online reports have shown the closure of court premises in various parts of the country, with pictures circulating on social media. In Mongo, Western Province, court premises have also been closed, with police officers stationed outside the facility. The development follows a directive by the judiciary for members of staff not to report for work today, Monday, August 24th, 2026, as a precautionary measure amid unspecified security concerns. Court staff have been advised to remain away from the premises until further guidance is issued. Transparency International Zambia says it is concerned by the decision to close court premises across the country during a critical post-election period. TIZ Executive Director Maurice Nyambe says the decision is particularly concerning as it falls on the last day of the constitutional window for commencing proceedings to challenge the presidential election results.
We are very concerned by the decision of the judiciary to effectively close down all courts in Zambia today on a ground which is very vaguely and very ambiguously stated as security concerns. Now, we recognize the responsibility of the judiciary to safeguard judicial officers, staff, litigants, and even court premises themselves where a genuine security threat exists. But I think the gist of the concern we have really is that the timing of this decision falls within the post-election period, and in particular on the last day of the constitutional window for commencing proceedings to challenge the presidential election results.
TIZ is calling for the immediate reopening of the courts, subject to necessary security arrangements. The organization says where physical reopening is not possible,
alternative mechanisms should immediately be established and publicly communicated to ensure that access to justice is not compromised.
Now, it is of course already on a public record that one of the aggrieved presidential candidates has indicated their intention to challenge the results. And so it is very troubling that an administrative decision that will effectively serve as a stumbling block to the commencement of that intended action appears to have been made really with now in the midst of a very heightened political tension. The state really should be encouraging aggrieved political actors to seek judicial redress.
For Bulozi TV News, Celestina Mbewe, Mongu, Western Province.
Governance expert Samson Zulu has described the abuse of social media to spread hate speech and insults as harmful and unacceptable. Speaking in an interview with Bulozi TV, said while freedom of speech is essential in a democracy, it must be exercised with responsibility and respect. He added that social media should be used to promote dialogue and hold leaders accountable on policy issues, not attacking individuals.
Instead of holding leaders accountable on policy, insults and hate breeds or it fuels division and normalizes disrespect, which weakens Zambia's cultural debate. While freedom of speech is essential in a democracy, it must come with responsibility and respect.
Former Luena constituency aspiring parliamentary candidate Charles Changano has retired with immediate effect from active politics after 3 unsuccessful attempts. Speaking through a telephone interview with Bulozi TV, Councillor Changano said he regrets his time in active politics, describing it as waste of time. He added that despite his decision to retire from active politics, he will continue supporting the government of the day.
Following the 2026 general elections, some political players have withdrawn, while others have retired from active politics. Among them is Councillor Charles Changano, a prominent lawyer and former aspiring parliamentary candidate for Luena constituency, who has announced his exit from politics.
I will definitely, with immediate effect, retired from active politics. After having tried to work for the people for Luena constituency 3 times. I tried in 2016, I tried in 2021, and I've tried in 2026. The people of Luena constituency did not give me a vote. Instead, they are choosing the people who want to represent them. Having seen that, I've seen that I'm wasting my time. My life is better. And having looked at the confusion that has been there, a bit of violence, and then I said, no, I'm not a political figure for violence. I like peace. It's better to live my life, and I've done that after consultation with my family members. I'm a private lawyer now, and I wanted to concentrate on my profession to represent people, those who want to be represented. I want a private life now.
Political expert Cornelius Likomauzo explains some of the reasons that may lead individuals to withdraw from active politics.
Some could have resigned from active politics after examining what is prevailing in the country. That could be the political and electoral violence which has been taking place in some parts of the country. Therefore, they become democratic and comfortable.
Changano says he has decided to focus on his legal career as a private lawyer. He adds that he will continue supporting the government of the day despite stepping away from active politics. Makande, Bulozi TV News, Mongo, Western Province.
The National Reconciliation Party for Unity and Prosperity has withdrawn from the Tonse alliance with immediate effect, citing the need to pursue a different political direction. NRPUP Secretary General Nonde Mubanga announced the decision during a media briefing in Lusaka, saying it followed consultations with party members and a review of the alliance's objectives, directions, and operations. Mubanga said the party remained committed to unity, cooperation, and national development, but believed its goals could be better achieved through an alternative political path.
A decision has been made to withdraw from the current Tonse Alliance arrangements. The discussion has not been taken lightly. It follows a thorough assessment of the Alliance's objectives, operational, directional, and prevailing circumstances surrounding our continued participation. While we remain committed to the values of unity, cooperation, and national development, we believe that our goals and aspirations can be more effectively pursued through an alternative path that best serves the interests of our members and supporters. Our withdrawal should not be interpreted as hostility or opposition towards any individual or organization within the alliance. Rather, it is a strategic decision intended to position our party in a manner that aligns with our vision, principles, and long-term objectives.
United Party for National Development Lusaka Youth Chairperson Anderson Banda has called on National Restoration Party for Unity and Prosperity, losing presidential candidate Brian Mundubile and his running mate Makebi Zulu, to avail themselves before investigative wings for questioning over alleged criminal activities. Banda says if the two are innocent, they should not go into hiding, as the courts will clear them if they have no case to answer. He has also called on the United Nations to release the two leaders, arguing that they should not be kept there when the law requires them to appear before investigative authorities.
United Party for National Development UPND Lusaka Youth Chairperson Anderson Banda has called on National Restoration Party for Unity and Prosperity NRPUP presidential candidate Brian Mundubile and his running mate Makebi Zulu to present themselves before investigative authorities for questioning over alleged criminal activities. Mr. Banda says if the two opposition leaders have no case to answer, they should make themselves available to the authorities and allow the courts to determine the matter.
Now that your gamble could not wait for you, I want to advise you to immediately concede defeat in the interest of peace. Because why I'm saying this, you cannot continue bringing chaos in the country through statements, propagandas, when you did not even have your own political party that you stood on. You gambled on political parties. Again, you lose by over 1 million votes. Then you want to continue messing up with our peace. We are saying, stop it immediately.
Mr. Banda further urged young people across the country not to allow themselves to be used to perpetrate violence.
And I want these opposition guys and their supporters and other stakeholders, other churches, tell your people to learn some lessons from President Hitchens.
Meanwhile, UPND Northwestern Province Youth Chairperson Bruce Kanema and UPND Eastern Province Youth Chairperson Lyson Urenda has this to say.
What we should know is that Zambia belongs to all of us. It is not for Bembas and Easterners. This country belongs to 73 tribes. It doesn't matter whether Makande is coming from the minority tribe, but it's God pointed the finger at him to be president. Then he will always be president. He will remain president of this country.
It is a shame that for the first time we have seen this country having a militia trying to put this country on fire. We've seen guns have been fought and other very sophisticated weapons or military weapons that have been fought in the hands of the TopStar alliance. So we just want to advise our colleagues that that shouldn't be the Zambia that we used to know. If you have lost the elections as a president, as a running mate, you've lost.
Margaret Chota, Bulozi TV News in Lusaka.
The Center for Environment Justice and its partners have stepped up efforts to push for the establishment of a specialized environmental crime court in Zambia. This follows a multi-stakeholder consultation held in Serenje district, where concerns were raised that the current court system is not adequately equipping to handle complex environmental cases, resulting in delayed justice for communities affected by pollution and land degradation. CEJ Executive Director Makande Mwa says views gathered from communities and other stakeholders will inform a position paper to be submitted to the Judiciary, Minister of Justice and Ministry of Green Economy and Environment.
Earlier dialogues which we've had at CEJ in 2024 during the Environmental Protection Dialogue, we brought together environmental legal experts from both local and international, and our own judicial system was present. They discussed the matter of the establishment of the environmental courts. And it came so clear that yes, it is indeed important, though it required us to think critically in terms of resources for additional infrastructure as well as judges. Just last year in July, we held a high-level consultation meeting with the judiciary, where it was also affirmed that Zambia, yes, indeed was ready, provided we prepare carefully and work collaboratively for the establishment of the environmental court. Civil society organizations in Zambia, community members, civic leaders, and faith leaders have taken up the responsibility of gathering community voices and empirical evidence. Today's consultation in Serenje is part of a focused national process, and your experiences will form part of a consolidated position paper to be submitted to the Judiciary, the Minister of Justice, the Minister of Green Economy, the Minister of Mines, as well as Parliament.
You are watching the Bulozi TV News Bulletin with me, Mary Malsana. We are going to take a short break and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Bulozi TV brings Azam to Western Province. Your favorite entertainment is now closer than ever. Get your Azam TV 4K from Bulozi TV for only 589 kwacha and enjoy over 150 channels featuring live sports, blockbuster movies, kids shows, drama.
It makes me happy. Because you see, we are connected now.
Hello, Jack. I need you to
choose the package that suits you with the Azam Pure, going at only 100 kwacha with over 110 channels. Azam Plus at only 200 kwacha with over 130 channels, and Azam Play at only 300 kwacha with over 150 channels. Visit Bulozi TV today and get connected to affordable quality entertainment. Bulozi TV, your trusted home for Azam TV in Western Province.
Bulozi TV is the only commercial television station domiciled in Mangu of Western Province, Zambia, providing homegrown broadcasting. We are licensed by the Independent Broadcasting Authority (IBA) and carried by TopStar on DTT channel 120. We are also on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, and WhatsApp channel. Our news is factual, balanced, and delivered on time in 3 languages: English, Simbunda, and Silozi. Our programs range from talk shows, entertainment shows, personality, cultural heritage, political shows, local drama and soaps, children's shows, community live broadcast, and many more. Call the station manager to advertise your business on 0975 210 218 or 0764 907 921 or email us on bulozitv@gmail.com. We are situated in Mbuyuwana compound off Kagrava Road in Mungu. Bulozi TV, the pride of Barotse.
HealthNest Medical Center, nurturing health, empowering lives. At HealthNest Medical Center, we provide high-quality, accessible healthcare for individuals, families, and the wider community in Mungu and beyond. We focus on preventive care, offering blood pressure, diabetes and cholesterol checks, HIV counseling and testing, and community health education programs. Our outpatient and maternal child health services support families with general consultations, antenatal and postnatal care, child growth and monitoring, nutrition counseling, and family planning. Our laboratory services provide routine tests, rapid diagnostics, and selected specialized tests, while our pharmacy ensures timely access to medicines with professional guidance. HealthNest is also here during emergencies, providing 24/7 care, stabilization, first aid, and referral services supported by rapid diagnostics and ready access to medicines. We help with recovery and rehabilitation through physiotherapy for children and adults, including clubfoot, fractures, cerebral palsy, neurological conditions, and soft tissue injuries. Our diagnostic services such as ultrasound and ECG help monitor progress, and ongoing preventive care supports long-term health. At HealthNest Medical Center, we combine quality, compassion, and reliable care to nurture health and empower lives. You can locate us at 53120 Lusaka Road, Kambule, 7488 Mungu. Contact us on +260 926521. Our website www.healthnestmd.com. HealthNest Medical Center, nurturing health, empowering lives.
Thank you so much. We now continue with sports news. 4 people have been arrested in South Africa over the killing of former boxing world champion Zolani Tete. Tete, 38, was shot dead outside his home in Mandanasani in South Africa's Eastern Cape province on Friday. A 27-year-old woman who was with him was also shot and remains in hospital. Police say Tete was waiting in his car for his gate to open when masked gunmen opened fire. One suspect faces murder and attempted murder charges, while 2 others have been charged with illegal possession of firearms and ammunition. Tete was a 2-time world champion, having held the WBO bantamweight and IBF super flyweight titles. South Africa's Sports Minister Gayton McKenzie described him as one of the finest fighters the country had produced. Thank you so much for staying with us. We have now come to the end of our news bulletin. We'll take a recap of the headlines. Commuters welcome the silting of MUSIYAMO Canal. NALWEI residents appeal for safe drinking water. TIZ calls for immediate reopening of courts amid countrywide closure. And in sports news, 4 arrested over killing of South Africa world boxing champion Zolani Tete. You can always watch our news bulletin on TopStar channel 120 in Mungu, Limulunga, Nalolo, Lusaka, Chongwe, Chilanga, parts of Senanga, Kalabo, Rufusa, and surrounding areas. You can also catch us on our Facebook page, Bulozi TV, as well as our TikTok. Thank you so much.
Being a teenager isn't always easy. Every day brings new challenges.